Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I hope you stay safe and healthy. This is from the team of University of Virginia, and we are excited to share with you our system design for crystal parks. We are a diverse team mix of graduate students, undergrads, and the industrial advisor. So Roger Zhu is our team captain, and he is a PhD student in mechanical engineering. Then myself is a PhD student in chemistry, and Caitlin is electrical engineering undergrad, and our industrial advisor Nick is from Hexagon Energy, a Charlottesville-based startup company. So our teamwork could be break down in three components. First part, Roger is our technical specialist, and he is specialized in conceptual design, site selections, and construction. Myself is working on data analytics, specifically look at energy productions and the production analysis. Caitlin is our financial analyst, and he is helping the team with tech economic analysis. So next, we are also very engaged with UVA student community, and all any report from last year was actually reported on the Calvert Daily, and we are excited to share here with you the latest result we have. So I would like to hand over to Roger to talk with our technical perspective.
Thank you, Zhongwen, and everyone for attending our talk. So first, I will start with the overall system design of our solar project. As you can see here, our project is a 5-building rooftop solar project. The total energy production capacity is about 1.2 milliwatts. And then we have a battery system composed of Tesla Powerwall 2. So these battery units, we're able to control them using a smart device. And then all the installation and maintenance will be handled by the exterior company. So the total capacity of our battery system will be about 5,000 kilowatts hour. So here's the expected operation of our project. Using the Aurora Solar software, we calculated that the total energy production of our system will be about 1.4 milliwatts hour. And this is like the very optimal estimate. So we'll use a smaller value for our SAM model later. So the total energy production of 1.4 milliwatts hour will satisfy about 3% of the energy demand of the 5-building block. For our battery system, we look at some of the consumption profile of these buildings. So take this 2011 building as an example. We found out there are some irregular peaks that happen during the weeks and days during the summer. So we want to see if we can also retrieve energy consumption profiles from previous years and compare those to see if we can use the pattern to predict peak energy consumption so that we can make sure our Tesla battery system is fully charged before the peak, and so we can discharge and provide the electricity to our building to avoid those extremely high demand charge. And also our battery system will be used to add to the energy resilience of our building systems. So here are the layouts of our system. As I just mentioned, that we want to cover as much of the rooftop area with solar panels as possible. So first we draw out these yellow boxes around the obstacles on the rooftops. We make the assumption that most of them are about 6 feet tall with a 4 feet setback. And then we have these walkways of 4 feet width so that we can make sure the maintenance crew can have easy access to these panel modules. And then each panel is 2 inches apart from each other, and each row is about 1 foot apart from each other. So here are the selection of equipment. we choose the SunPower SPR 327 as our solar panel. So this is about, it can produce about 31% more power and 60% more energy per square compared to a traditional 250-watt panel. And this has a power warranty of 25 years. This is one of the most energy efficient panels available on the market. And then we'll choose a 15 kilowatt solar inverter for our power generation. So we'll have 76 of these to connect it with our 3,700 solar panels. And then for each solar inverter, we'll have a 5 Tesla Powerwall battery to connect it. So one of the main advantages of these systems is they're very compact in terms of size. So for example, this solar inverter is about the same size as a hiking backpack. And then the Powerwall is about the same size as a regular human being. So these things can be installed anywhere you want, even on the ground floor. So it can provide charging capability to the building. So for example, people driving the Tesla EVs, they can charge through these batteries as well.
So for our financial analysis, how I started off was looking at the system that we designed, as Roger had mentioned, putting in the modules as well as inverters and the weather data from Arlington County, as well as the various tax incentives provided by Dominion Energy, which is the local utility, as well as state and federal tax incentives. I was able to create a financial model kind of summarizing how our system will perform. So as we stated before, that was our monthly energy production. On an annual basis, our system would save around $37,000, and over the 20-year period would present a net present value of around $150,000. This also worked out to around 3 cents for our cost of energy. On our next slide, you can see the 20-year analysis of what our system is performing as. The light blue is our electricity bill without the system, and the gray is the electricity bill with the system. And as you can see, over the 20-year period, we're saving a consistent amount of money across the term.
Thank you, Caitlin. So for our solar project development, we use the framework called BEPTC. So it stands for Baseline Economics, Policy, Technology, and Consensus. So first, the baseline goal for our project is to drive technology innovation in Crystal City to keep attracting businesses such as the new headquarters of Amazon. So that's why we choose to use the most energy efficient and technology advanced equipment for our project. And then for the economics, based on our financial analysis, we can have energy savings in the scales of $10,000, and then we'll add to the property value in the scale of $100,000 by installing these smart battery and solar panel systems. And then for the policy, we want to make sure that this project can be easily deployed within the next year, because we want to fully maximize our tax incentives, because we know that from the there's a drop from 22% to 10% in terms of ITC happening from 2021 to 2022. So everything should be fully constructed by the end of year 2021. And as we just mentioned, that for technology, we want to make sure we have the smartest devices on the market. So we choose Tesla batteries because it allows easy access even through your smartphone. Then we'll talk about the consensus, which means we want to have every member within the community to agree on this project and provide their help. So first we look at the zoning. This is a CO 1.5 residential and office combined area. We want to make sure that our current project design is less than a story high, so it won't add to the overall height of the building too much, so it won't give you any visual block. And then this will be a pure rooftop project, maybe except for if you want to install some of the charging batteries on the ground floor to provide EV charging capability. Otherwise, no vegetation or soil will be damaged during the construction and maintenance process. And then we did some airport glare analysis. So we retrieved these airflow incoming and outgoing flight flow maps from the DCA Reagan Airport. If you look at this solar sign here, so this is where our solar project will be located at. There is no flight directly over or close to the building block. And during our permitting process, we'll just double check with the FAA to make sure that we can get the permit from them as soon as possible. And last but not least, we want to make sure that our construction has minimal impact on the DC Northern Virginia metro system. So we took a look at the metro station map here. As you can see, these blue buildings are our solar project location, and it's at least 1 block away from the closest metro station or entrance. So we expect minimal impact on the operation of the metro system. So here is the overall timetable for our project. We expect to get all the permits within the next 4 or 5 months after the project started. So our strategy of deployment is try to engage all the decision makers by presenting them with the potential tax revenue and minimal impact on environmental factors. We will plan to host monthly committee meetings to address any concerns from the committee members. So some of the potential risks or concerns from the committee members might be the operation and maintenance. So we want to make sure there's no damage of vegetation or soil. And then we want to make sure that there's no health or safety risks during the construction and decommissioning of the project.
So in our innovation design, we can recognize a few things in our system. First of all, we recognize connecting a smart energy management system, which will connect our energy production on a solar, the battery storage system, and also couple with all energy usage profile we have with these 5 buildings. Then based on historic energy usage profile of each building, we recommend advanced data analytics to inform the real-time power monitor system. And also we want that system to help us to check the performance impact and also improve the maintenance efficiency or reduce the cost of maintenance. The last, we recognize we can only offset about 3% of our energy usage for existing buildings. So we recommend a separate power purchase agreement through the utility companies, or just purchase the land in Virginia to develop a remote site for solar or wind turbine projects. With that, I'd like to thank you for your attention, and we will be happy to answer any questions you may have.